What's another one, Aaron?
For us in our area, I don't know if this plays a factor for everybody else, but it's knowing where your other shops are at as far as labor. A lot of people are doing shopping, but if you kind of know where everybody's at and put yourself in the correct position, so you're not here or there, and keep a nice steady, a good steady number, I think that helps.
Okay, so given fair prices.
Yeah, fair prices, but also consider the other shops around you. In our area, we have shops that they claim to use the correct stuff and they don't, and they're underselling, where we're, self-promotion and good quality parts and quality service at a fair rate.
Right.
But it's kind of knowing where everybody else is at around you as well.
Yeah, having that knowledge is good. You don't want to be, way outside of everybody else, I guess. But I always looked at it from the perspective of what does the business need to basically stay in business, honor these warranties we give out. So I do like to do comparisons just for the purpose of knowing, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to impact how I'm going to charge, like what my labor.
But my point is we got guys that are, let's say, $80 an hour. Well, we know what kind of service they're giving.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got guys that are doing $200 an hour or whatever. Well, we do need to do what we need to do, but
right.
It's not that we're so far or so low out of the ballpark that it affects us. That's all.
Or at least understand why they're cheaper, right? Well, they don't have a long of a warranty. They don't have loaner cars. They don't do shuttles. They're less hours than we are. They have more comebacks. Absolutely. Yep. All right, good. So Dave, what's another one? We just said being in the ballpark and knowing what our competitors are doing.
I'm thinking that offering financing.
Financing. I mean, you could just hit a big bell with that one. Ding. What type of financing do you guys offer, Dave?
We did a Synchrony card. Synchrony
Yep. Go Car Care One. I love it. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, I already kind of mentioned about we have home field advantage because there's only a few objections that these customers can dream up or come up with why they're not going to approve the repair work today. And financing and money is one of them. Man, I just don't have the money, Brian. And then being able to offer financing is huge. And that's where the direction you go when you hear customers say that. Brandon, do you guys offer financing?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you know the company you're with? Not sure.
We have Synchrony, and there's one other one. I can't think of it off the top of my head, though.
Snap?
Yes.
Snap is one. And there's some other ones. Easy Pay.
Easy Pay is the other one.
That's your other one? Okay.
Yep.
And then there's a third one that's kind of in the Snap and Easy Pay. And so having more than one financing tool is also a big advantage for the ones that aren't credit worthy, but they have a good job and there's money in their bank account. That's when you would look at alternatives like Snap. This is the thing they get, this is just a mouse pad. Easy Pay is another one, and they're quick, fast applications, and they're not credit based. They're just based on, do you have a job? Do you have a certain amount of money in your bank? And then then your shop gets paid. So being able to take a customer who is struggling or they didn't budget for car repair, help them figure out how to finance it is huge, and getting more approvals and authorizations on jobs, which of course is going to increase your ARO. Even if it's just a $200 ticket, it's $200 versus $0. So financing, very good one, Dave.